When I first saw this video, it immediately blew my mind. This video shows a scene more common to appear in an apocalyptic movie rather than in real life. A customer from a mall's parking lot spotted huge masses of birds as it was going through the car to exit the mall. As you see, the entire parking lot is crowded with these birds that actually look like ravens and are creating a really disturbing image, even standing on top of the cars in the parking lot. What are your thoughts on this? In this video, we see a van driver visibly affected by alcohol, attempting to park desperately and failing every single time. The driver was identified as a 22-year-old man who became involved in a series of 7 collisions while trying to find a parking spot at a local parking lot. The scene is chaotic and dangerous, with the driver repeatedly crashing into other vehicles in his failed attempt to park. The driver's lack of control was moving back and forth, leaving a trail of damage behind. The driver's alcohol effect over the vehicle is evidence. Not caring about the dangerous irresponsibility of driving under influence of alcohol. It's a good example of the dangers of drunk driving and the risks it has to people's safety. The security camera footage from a car parking lot in Russia captured a woman clearly under the influence of alcohol struggling to park her vehicle. As she attempts to run, she crashes into nearby cars, causing visible damage. In a struggling effort to park, she repeatedly hits another vehicle, exasperating the situation. With each failed attempt, the alarms of the cars echo soundly, alerting the chaos that she created. All of a sudden, bystanders confront the woman as she tries to evade her responsibility by leaving. It's a really chaotic scene, remarking the consequences of reckless behavior behind the wheel.
Yo, what the f is this? Oh my god!
This footage was taken in a Walmart parking lot and captures an eerie scene of an apocalyptic movie. The sky is filled with a multitude of black crows. The camera shows the parking lot below where the cars are positioned against the ominous backdrop. The crows circle the sky through the air, creating a movie scene. The parking lot feels deserted and surreal under the gaze of these dark birds. The scene makes you think that something significant is about to happen, leaving an unsettling atmosphere hanging over the scene. This surreal moment captures the clash between one man's frustration and the mundanity of everything in life. The video is captured in a local parking lot as a man, visibly frustrated because the barrier is broken, takes matters into his own hands. With determination, he grabs an axe and begins striking the barrier relentlessly until it shatters. As the metal bends and breaks under the force of the axe, the man's desperation is palpable. Suddenly, a security guard appears, attempting to intervene and stop the man's destructive actions. A brief struggle ensues as the man continues his relentless and stupid assault. Meanwhile, oblivious to the drama, cars continue to pass on by as if nothing out of the ordinary was happening.
She's going all crazy. She's hitting every car. Move!
The scene was captured in a parking lot as a woman begins to recklessly ram into other cars.
What's up? What the Move out of the way! Move!
Initially striking one vehicle, she doesn't even stop as her own car is showing clear signs of damage. Instead, she reverses and proceeds to collide with other cars, showing what a true harm for others is. As the chaos escalates, a concerned man approaches the woman's car, attempting to reason with her and stop the rampage. Despite his efforts, he fails to persuade her to cease her dangerous actions. Eventually, the woman flees the parking lot, but later on, the authorities identify her. This video starts with a regular, ordinary parking lot, with cars parked as usual. Suddenly, without any warning, the ground begins to tremble and crack. In a matter of moments, the entire parking area starts to collapse, creating chaos as the ground gives way and skinks beneath. The surreal sight of a parking lot disappearing into a gaping hole is both terrifying and mesmerizing. It's just a matter of seconds. What was once a safe and regular place transforms into a scene of destruction. Have you ever gotten angry because people park in places they're not allowed? The following video shows how the bad parking rage can even move cars. As you see, these three guys decided it would be way more effective to move the cars by themselves that are wrongly parked rather than asking the owners to move them. The guys lift up the car and then push it to the ground to keep it away from the parking lot. A few seconds later, they spot another car that's wrongly parked and do the exact same thing. They grab the vehicle in three, lift it up, and then throw it to the ground. For sure, I never saw anything like this. The following surveillance footage captured a carjacking in a parking lot in Detroit. As you see in the video, a car enters the parking lot and the owner gets out of the car. A few seconds later, a hooded man appears and approaches the lady with a gun. The suspect steals her purse and keys and gets inside the car, drives it, and leaves the parking lot with a new stolen car. In 2023, an attempted robbery and carjacking in a parking lot went terribly wrong and turned into a car crash of at least 8 cars. The footage was captured by a customer of the parking lot where everything happened and is truly shocking. The video starts with a woman screaming as somebody is stealing a car in the parking center's parking lot. The robbery was committed by a woman in her 20s who was driving fast with the stolen car, and it was known that she previously attacked another shopper who attempted to steal her purse. As the attempt fails, the lady that's being robbed is thrown to the ground struggling as she refuses to give the robber her purse. During the struggle, the robber throws the lady to the ground and steals her car as she's driving it. As she sits in the stolen car, she attempts to drive but starts crashing other cars. Bystanders that witness the scene are trying to stop her. Somehow, bystanders managed to catch the robber and reduce her, throwing her to the ground. Witnesses spoke to the news cameras about what happened and tell their experiences. Later on, it was known that the main victim was traumatized but not seriously injured. In Washington state, an attempted carjacking took place and was captured by a CCTV camera. The facts happened in a gas station's parking lot, where a man attempted to rob a car. A man was putting air in his tires, and as soon as he bent down, a suspect was spotted jumping into his car. The victim, as soon as he sees what's going on, jumps into his car to stop the suspect. A struggle then ensued, and both men were striking each other in the face before the suspect ran away. Who was seen wearing a black hoodie and a face mask. Police are still asking for citizens to help identify the suspect.
I have no clue what this shit's doing. Ring around the rosy, pockets full of pussies. Hey! We want to move our vehicular. I have no clue what this shit is. Yes. Yes, what do you want?
This video will definitely creep you out. Many people talk about the Glenmorrow witch, however this parking lot's customers spotted and filmed her. As it's shown in the video, the lady is standing in front of the car without moving, blocking the car's path.
Oh, let me see this. Let me see this.
The driver tells the lady they want to move the vehicle and that she's stopping them, but the lady responds by knocking on the car's window. The lady doesn't even speak and looks as if she's cursing them by standing there. Later on, the lady moves through the car window. I wouldn't even know how to react in this situation. Toronto police arrested a man and were searching for another man, which was connected with a home invasion in King West Village. The facts began when two suspects blocked a victim's car in an underground parking garage, then forced them up into their home at gunpoint and locked them in a room of their house while they robbed them. A 28-year-old man who was involved with another incident in November was identified and charged with attempted murder, robbery with a firearm, forcible confinement, possession of a restricted loaded firearm, and possession of property obtained by crime under $5,000. According to the investigation, what happened was the victim was getting into the car in the parking garage of his condo when all of a sudden two armed men wearing ski masks blocked the car with their vehicle. Later, the suspects get into the victim's car and pointed a gun at them. The victims were handcuffed and a ski mask was placed over their head before they were taken up into their condo, where another tenant was inside. The second tenant was also handcuffed and the victims were forced into a bedroom. Meanwhile, the suspects ransacked the unit, searching for valuable items, which were taken into duffel bags. Then a third person showed up and confronted the suspect. The suspects shot the person 3 times, then fled with the valuables they stole from the condo. The victim was taken to the hospital and survived, but suffered life-altering injuries. The following surveillance footage was released by the Dallas police and shows 3 teenage suspects carjacking an undercover Dallas police officer's car that led to a shootout thereafter. The incident happened at about 12:45 a.m. in the 2400 block of Northwest Highway near Interstate 35E. The victim, an officer of the North Crime Response Team who was identified as Nathaniel Chapman, called 911 reporting that he'd been shot and that his covert vehicle had been stolen. Now let's look closely at the footage. As you see, a car arrives at the parking lot and the suspects exit the car to approach another vehicle. The 2 suspects forced the victim out of the car and then shot the victim. The victim has a gun too, but fails shooting them. Chapman runs away and the suspects take away his car after shooting the officer and leave. What are your thoughts on this? How would you feel if you were carjacked at gunpoint during the daylight? I would be creeped out. This incident happened at Center Oaks Apartments for Fort Worth, in the apartment complex parking lot, and was luckily captured on camera. The video shows a woman walking through her car when all of a sudden a man in a blue shirt runs through the woman, and after a brief struggle the man pulls a gun to her. If you look closely, there's a moment where the man points the gun to the camera, and it was later known that it was because the woman was screaming. Seconds later, approaching the victim, the man gets inside the woman's car. Dallas police were able to locate the vehicle hours later and are investigating. Officers have a person of interest now in custody who was later charged with carjacking. Luckily, everything was captured on camera and the suspect was arrested. Here's why you should always be aware of your belongings. A woman had just finished loading her groceries into the car when he noticed a man acting truly suspicious. As the woman was backing out, the man exited his car carrying a gun and approached the woman's car, pointing the gun at her while trying to open her car's door. In a desperate state of panic, luckily the woman hit the accelerator and the suspect got into the car then left. How would you react in a situation like this? The video was captured by security camera and shows a really disturbing and sad image to look at. The video starts with two vehicles entering a parking lot. Later, it's seen a woman who's walking through the parking lot when suddenly one of the cars seen previously stops right where the woman is. Seconds later, three men exit the car and run through the woman. You can see how the woman is very scared and starts running with no success. The woman runs out and the robbers approach her and throw her to the ground after hitting her. After that, they take away her belongings and then exit the parking lot. It's truly sad to see the woman alone, in the ground after that she'd been robbed. Three suspects and cars were captured by cameras but have not been identified yet. The following video was captured in 2019 by a CCTV camera of a garage and shows an armed man robbing a student. As you can see, the student is in the parking lot and exits the car when a suspect enters his car. Look closely at what the student does now. The student realizes that he's being a victim of carjacking and jumps on top of the car to stop the carjacking. The robber exits the car to kick out the victim, and after a short struggle, the robber manages to kick out the victim and drive away with his car. Don't you think that the most shocking thing in this video is that many people are around watching the scene and nobody stops? This is what disturbed me the most. This terrifying video was captured by the staff of a store located in front of a parking lot and shows how a terrible discussion can end really badly. As it's seen in the video, it starts with a young man jumping on top of his vehicle. Seconds later, the car that is in front of him crashes through the vehicle attempting to hit the man. Luckily, the man had jumped so he wasn't injured, but I'm sure that he will never forget this disturbing situation.
Ay, no puede ser beso. Ay, Dios. Ay, no. Ay, no es cierto, no es cierto, no es cierto. Ay, Dios.
This year, officers received a call from school officials reporting a man sleeping in his vehicle in a school's parking lot. The police body cam shows us what happened when cops arrived. When officers arrive, they spot the car and immediately look inside if there's somebody in it.
We're all good on that. Thank you. If you want to come by door 8. Alright, on my way.
I don't know if that's little bottles of alcohol. See it right there? Fireball. Yeah.
They notice the man sleeping inside the car and make him get out to speak to them. The suspect rolls the car window down and tells them that he was out and wanted to park to eat pizza.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Sure. I was just, I was out and I wanted to park and eat my pizza. And
I understand, this looks suspicious. I've never met you before on track.
where is the...
It's up front.
Oh, okay.
And it's relatively fresh.
Okay.
So you got to see my concern. I smell alcohol coming out of the car. So... Officer Duncan, can you come over here?
Officers try to understand why he was sleeping outside of school, and he just says that he wanted to park.
I took a...
And we find it strange that you end up here, out of all places, to decide to take a rest there or do whatever.
Did you happen to check cameras yet, or no?
I have not.
Okay. He said he's only been here.
And I'm trying to leave.
I can go do that now if you want, or we can hold off. And
No,
do it later.
we can hold off on that right now. Do you have anywhere you need to be?
I want to be in Des Plaines. I want to get a rental today.
A rental?
Yeah, a rental.
Okay.
From the Hertz dealer.
Okay. Is your truck going in the shop or something, or what?
No, that's how I'll make money, is Uber.
Okay. Alright, very well. Alright, well, based on the facts, everything in totality of circumstances, alright, I'm going to ask you to step out and do some field sobriety tests for me.
Seconds later, the officer tests him, and it's pretty clear the alcohol effects running through his system.
Have you ever done these before?
No.
Alright, come on over here.
Sure.
It is. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he's kind of in charge of the school, right?
No, but I know him.
Okay. So when I begin, you're going to stare at my tip of my finger, alright, with your eyes and your eyes only. Your head's going to remain facing forward. Do you understand?
No. Say that again.
Okay, so I'm going to put my finger right here.
Okay.
Look at my finger.
Yes.
You're going to follow the tip of my finger with your eyes and your eyes only.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Alright, there's going to be a series of passes. I'm going to go back and forth. Just continue staring at the tip of my finger.
Understood.
Alright, very good.
Yes. Say that again.
Okay, so I'm going to put my finger right here. Okay. Look at my finger. Yeah. You're going to follow the tip of my finger with your eyes and your eyes only.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Alright, there's going to be a series of passes. I'm going to go back and forth. Just continue staring at the tip of my finger.
Understood.
Alright, very good.
Yes.
Let's get back in that starting position. Left foot on the line, right foot in front of it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Lives to the end, coming your way.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Hang out with my partner there for a second. Thank you. Hang out and chat with my partner.
You're an arm rest.
At last, the officer takes a breathalyzer test on the suspect and ends up getting a DUI arrest for being over the legal limit.
102 from...
But I'm transporting you, so I gotta search you again, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go around to the left side of the car, or right side as we're looking at it. Oh, whoops. Yep. Yeah, passenger side.
CCTV cameras of parking lots capture some really stupid and disturbing moments that involve other cars. Here's one of them. This surveillance footage captured the moment when a car ran over other cars in a local shop's parking lot. As you can see in the footage, the car moves forward, making what it looks like an attempt to quit the parking, but start making circles hitting other cars. Firstly, he hits one car, moves backward, and starts rotating back and forward, destroying the other cars. Do you think it was on purpose, or was he distracted?
As I come out like this, he's taking his step. Okay. Taking a step?
Taking his steps towards me.
Self-defense is a subject that has many gaps.
I need a force multiplier because I don't know what's going on.
This case will make you question yourself when it's justified to use self-defense. On July 18 of 2018 in Clearwater, Florida, 28-year-old Marquise McLaughlin was shot dead by Michael Dregda. The surveillance footage of the parking lot where the confrontation took place captured everything. Keep watching. This video starts with Marquise McLaughlin, his girlfriend Brittany Jacobs, and their 3 children pulling up in a convenience store's parking lot. Jacobs illegally parks in a handicapped spot and McLaughlin goes into the store. About a minute later, 47-year-old Michael Dregda pulls into the lot and starts arguing with Jacobs over parking in that spot, even though he parked himself illegally in a handicapped spot too. Dregda keeps on arguing, making other customers notice the confrontation as he was out of his mind. When McLaughlin notices what's going on while being at the store, he runs outside fearing that his girlfriend is in trouble. Both McLaughlin and Dregda start arguing, and McLaughlin pushes Dregda to the ground. As soon as he pushes him, Dregda doesn't hesitate and immediately pulls out a gun and fires at him. McLaughlin, bleeding, goes inside the store and Jacobs desperately tries to stop the bleeding, but fails as he dies later at the hospital. The disturbing point in this case is that Dregda did have a concealed weapons permit that allows him to pull out the gun if he believes that his life is threatened. The question now is if it was really self-defense. After the deadly shooting, Dregda waits for the police to arrive and is brought into an interrogation room.
We're gonna take him off. You're gonna be cool?
Gosh,
yeah. Okay. I don't know you. I don't know nothing about what's going on.
I know. You have my absolute word, sir.
Okay. You understand that you have the right to remain silent? I'm going to need a verbal response, sir, if you will. Okay.
As you see, he shows himself pretty collaborative and agrees to interrogation without a lawyer, and he even says that he acted as he was supposed to act.
I did exactly what I thought I was supposed to be doing at that time, considering what was happening.
He acts and speaks believing that he's a civic enforcer and states that his mother and ex-girlfriend are handicapped and it bothers him that people take advantage of these parking spots. This delusional man truly thinks he did the right thing.
Handicap spot there, just waiting on somebody.
Okay.
I have a pet peeve about it. I said it's not very polite to park here when there's other people who need to use this. She says, is it affecting you directly? I said, if my mother-in-law rolls in, yes, it will be.
Now listen closely to what he says that happened when he was on the ground. He states that as he was leveling off his weapon, he made a next step towards him.
There's actually other empty parking spaces that are probably closer and have better access to the front door.
That's the only one that has access to that ramp.
In this particular situation, though, if somebody can park right next to the ramp and walk around to it, does it really matter all that much?
I'm not sure where this is at. What's this
I'm just curious
hit from
whether or
behind.
not it's worth an argument over the parking space.
Yes, I think it is.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
Force multiplier, because I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean a force multiplier? What is that?
Exactly what you know what a force multiplier is.
No, sir, I don't.
I shoot to save my own ass, and that's that.
As seen in the footage, the victim clearly takes 1 or 2 steps backwards and attempts to walk away from Dregda.
Did you make the decision to shoot when you pulled the gun out, or was that decision made afterwards?
Negative decision I made as soon as he moved.
Okay. Did you remember having time to think and process?
No
things?
time to think.
But you
as
had
soon as that gun was out, the twitch goes. That's it. I'm not after being a justice kind of guy, but when I just say something to a person about being parked there, I don't expect it to go where it went.
It's later known that Dregda has a history of road rage and pulling a gun on people, including an argument over parking spaces that took place in the exact same parking lot where McLaughlin was killed. Initially, Dregda was not arrested but was later charged with manslaughter. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think it was justified? Let us know. On October 2nd, police opened fire on 2 teens that were eating at McDonald's parking lot. The incident took place in San Antonio, Texas, after officers received a call reporting disturbances at a local McDonald's. Officer James Bernard responded to the call and automatically noticed a vehicle that was involved in another separate incident. Police say that the vehicle had fled from him from the other day when he spotted it. The officer's body cam shows us what happens next. Stay tuned.
Get out of the car.
The officer calls for backup and then he approaches the teenager's vehicle as he opens the door. Look closely at Eric's facial expression. As he opens the door, you can notice a huge surprised and inoffensive look on his face as he's eating a burger, unarmed. Just 1 second later, Eric attempts to drive back and hits the officer, who responds by opening fire many times to the teenager.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
The vehicle starts running out and the officer chases them with no success. Cantu, the driver, was taken to the hospital to be treated for many critical injuries and was later charged for evading detention with a vehicle and assault on a peace officer. On the other hand, Bernard was treated as well on the scene for injuries he sustained when the car's door hit his legs. San Antonio police later announced that Bernard was fired from the force as he was still in a probationary period, having only worked for 7 months as a police officer.
Get out of the car.
As we said in many other videos, teens are getting used to doing pranks and uploading them on social media to get great views and likes. However, it seems like they're not aware of the danger of the pranks that they tape. Here's an example of it. This group of teens decided it would be fun to create an explosion in a local parking lot. When they light it up, it explodes as if it was a bomb creating a huge fire. Do you find this funny? What would you do if you were in a parking lot and spotted this? This video shows 2 girls in a parking lot that have just revealed that a man has been following them and taking photos of them without any consent. Alarmed, they decide to confront him and start recording. When the man realizes that he's being filmed, his behavior becomes eerie. He takes a few steps forward and then backwards in a creepy manner, making the girls' fear more evident. This man is dressed in a suit, adding an element of strangeness to the situation. The girls, determined to document what's happening, continue recording and ask for his name with some hesitation. The atmosphere grows increasingly tense and unsettling as the man remains evasive and the girls feel increasingly vulnerable in his unsettling presence. The video is a reminder of the dangers and fear of harassment and the importance of staying vigilant and looking out for each other in potentially dangerous situations.
What's your name, sir? Look at his camera thing on him. Look at him live, bro! Look at his phone, it's camera on.
Ma'am.
In 2023, a woman identified as Carissa Kajan was arrested after officers received a call alerting that a woman was unresponsive in her car, seeming disoriented. The police body cam shows us what happened next.
Ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's going on? Roll down the window.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
The video starts with the officers knocking at Carissa's car window with no response. After a few knocks, the woman seems to wake up and the officers ask her what's going on and if she's okay.
Get on the call for me. I just want to make sure that you're okay.
Oh, I'm fine.
All right. Well, people were a little nervous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Why? What's going on today?
Oh, nothing. I went to go, I'm going to go check dentures and mics, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I was doing my makeup and stuff.
Later on, the police ask her to step out of the car.
All right. Well, just step out of the car for me, all right?
Really?
Please? Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Carissa explains that she went to the car wash and fell asleep inside the vehicle as she was tired.
How long have you been here?
I talked to my husband, like 20 minutes or so.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you coming from?
Actually, I went to the car wash near the barracks, the 206.
206?
Yeah, I washed the car. Yeah, I washed the truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Whose car is this?
Mine.
It's yours? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of identification on you?
I do.
Okay, could I have that, please?
Sure.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Officers ask her if she's had any medical issues or if she's taking any medication, but she responds that she doesn't. As the video goes on, officers ask her for updated documentation, but Carissa's response is that she doesn't have the physical proper documentation.
In fact,
you guys are good. Thank you.
Okay,
I
yeah,
appreciate
thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were like getting crazy over here. Here you go, sir. Thank you.
All right. So where you coming from today? Newton?
Yeah, Newton, huh?
Okay.
I live right near, just a nice peaceful moment, I guess, you know, a beautiful day, and yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
So we just have to ensure that, you know, you're going to be capable of, are you like tired or?
Oh,
like,
no.
So what exactly happened? Because we need to try to figure out Was it a medical thing? Did you take something
no,
that had you passed out, whereas though you weren't responsible?
It was just a peaceful moment outside the house, and I just, you know, I figured the parking lot, I was on the phone, and that's all. Nothing more, nothing less.
Officers try to make her explain what's going on and that she passed out, but she keeps saying the same exact thing, claiming that she had a peaceful moment and she fell asleep for a little while.
Are you ready? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Heel to toe.
6, 7.
Further on, officers take 3 tests on her and become positive, so she gets arrested.
Look down at your feet. Try it. Continue to go.
Okay.
Count.
1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 6, 1,000.
Okay. All right, Carissa, listen, based on what I see, okay, you're going to be arrested for DWI.
No.
Okay? Yes. Turn around.
No, sir.
Yes, turn around, put your hand behind your back.
Oh, no, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Carissa, stop.
Oh, no.
Stop. Don't.
Oh, no.
You can't pull somebody over telling I gotta pull because you're the police. I ain't do anything wrong.
Let me see your driver's license.
I don't gotta give you nothing, huh?
Okay.
All right, have a good day. I will. I will.
Go to jail.
Okay. I ain't do anything wrong. You can't sit here and threaten people.
I didn't threaten you. I said pull out.
You said what? You said leave. Watch what's gonna happen.
If you get stuff, leave.
Yeah, I haven't done nothing.
What you gonna do?
The following video starts with a man and his partner who decided to park near a park after a long day of work seeking some relaxation. Suddenly, a police officer approaches them, unfairly demanding their identification without any apparent reason. Noticing the injustice, the man begins to record the encounter to document what's going on.
Okay. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see your driver's license.
For what?
Because you almost hit me coming around this.
No, I didn't. I didn't hit you. I didn't hit you.
I need to see your driver's license.
I don't need to give you anything.
Okay.
Check them out.
Driver's license, please, sir.
For what? Why are you stopping me?
I'm stopping you because you're a suspicious vehicle.
Being suspicious is not a crime.
I need to see your driver's license.
You can go fuck off or call your supervisor here.
I'm the chief of police.
Oh,
There's
you need to
no
call somebody else.
supervisor.
Where's the patrol car? I need a unit here.
As the tension escalates, the officer calls for backup, amplifying the already tense situation. When backups arrive, the additional officer even states to the couple that they have done anything wrong.
Over here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that you're necessarily doing anything wrong by driving by, but the city management over here, they're just real particular about people being in here when there's no event going on.
Okay.
So because there's cameras all over this property.
I get it.
Yeah. So anytime there's just like a random car coming through here, we always respond over here just to ID whoever's over here.
I do want to ask, so is he the chief? Is
Yes,
he
sir,
okay?
that's the chief of police.
He just kind of got off kind of aggressive. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I mean, like I said, that's,
And me, I want to, I don't want to provide anything unless I did something wrong.
Despite the validation, the man remains steadfast, stating his rights and questioning the unwarranted harassment. It's crucial to remark that the man pays his taxes and is simply seeking a peaceful moment near the park.
well, it's not, like I said, it's not that you necessarily did anything wrong.
Then I would like to be on my way.
Well, and the thing is we saw that it's for lease. We came here to inquire about it being for lease, and he came out very aggressively towards us.
I got you.
And I got all on tape.
But look, anybody that's over here when there's not an event going on, we ID who's ever over here.
What law's that?
We mean what law? It's not a law.
So, okay. So why do I have to ID? That's my question for you.
I mean, you had no legal reason to be here, though.
I mean, this isn't locked or closed or anything, correct?
And
I
then
mean,
it says,
it's also
it's
posted
for
no
lease.
trespassing.
Yeah, but so how does somebody come and see if it leaks?
bro.
And this is just my question for you, because I'm more than welcome, but I want to do it that I'm doing it under threat of arrest. He threatened me.
Okay, well, I'm not threatening.
Okay,
I'm just asking.
so
to
then I
ID.
would like to be on my way. I don't want to
You're
ID. Georgia's not a stop and ID state, is it?
The video ends with the man rightfully requesting the badge number of the officer who harassed them and taking steps to file a formal lawsuit against the Georgia PD. This footage is a reminder of the importance of standing up against unfair treatment, even in silly situations such as parking near a park.
By us, you can turn your stuff off.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, I'm going to give you...
Your stuff gets lost sometimes.
No, I didn't. He put it in his pocket. I bet it was from
No, that was my
Oh, I
son.
got you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get it. Got it.
And if I can get ID from you guys or a business card from you,
Take a picture video. Mark Woodall, 2 D's in Woodall. WOODDALL, Major.
Okay.
Second in command.
Okay.
Badge number 2602.
The following video shows a flooded parking lot with cars submerged up to their top in water. The car's alarms are ringing persistently, adding a touch of chaos to the scene. As you see, the water even reflects the lights of the headlights and the intermittent signals, creating a surreal atmosphere. Helpless owners watch from the sidelines, trying to assess the damage. It's a vivid reminder of nature's unpredictable force and how it can disrupt our everyday lives within an instant.
Everybody else,
What did you say?
take a better picture. Take a better picture. Close your door.
That's assault.
The following video captures a confrontational encounter where a woman, referred to as Karen, films a police officer, accusing him of assault for tapping on her car door. In an act of laughter, the officer even imitates her behavior, highlighting the nonsense of her claims.
Touching my door is assault. Touching my door is assault.
You fucking entitled little cow.
Touching my door is assault.
Touching my door is assault.
Despite her repeated calls to report the incident, the response is delayed. This tense interaction underscores the frivolous nature of some complaints and sheds the light on the power dynamics where individuals attempt to assert authority over law enforcement with baseless accusations.
Touching my door is assault.
Touching my door is assault.
Okay.
Are you a retard or what? Are you a retard?
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Touching my door is assault.
Do you think the officer was acting as a professional? On June 24th of 2022 at 2 a.m., Officer John Cox received a call reporting a disturbance at a local bar. When he arrived, Officer Cox confronted a highly intoxicated man in the parking lot who claimed to have just had a physical altercation with two bikers who began punching them in the face. The intoxicated man had obvious injuries around his face and head, and later on admitted to firing a firearm at least twice at the bikers with whom he was fighting. After Cox secured the firearm, he moved to detain the suspect, who had backed away from the officer and refused to turn around and put his hands behind his back. As the suspect had admitted to possessing as well as firing a firearm, once the suspect continued to attempt to get space between him and the police, the officer pushed him down into a patch of grass and handcuffed him without further incident. The surveillance footage of the bar shows us what happened before the arrest. As you see, Hannah, the suspect, is leaning against the wall, sending text messages. At about 2:30 a.m., two motorcycles pull into the parking lot, go out of camera range, and then come back into view. Hannah approaches the rider with an object in his hand before the rider gets off of his motorcycle. Later on, the other bike parks, and it's hardly seen the confrontation with the first rider. The second rider parks and goes to the direction where Hannah is. Both leave, and Hannah comes back with a gun pointing at them and as well as firing. Another woman who sees everything is pointed with the gun as well. The footage in the end shows Hannah speaking to the police and then being pushed to the ground for his further arrest.
Settle down. Settle down.
Am I under arrest?
I just told you to turn around and put your hands behind your back. Turn around. On your goddamn back.
I'm not.
Or I'm going to kick the shit out of you. You understand?
I'm not resisting.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not resisting.
Put your hands behind your back.
Yeah, you ain't now.
I didn't do anything.
I told you to turn around, son.
All I did was ask a question.
I don't give a You don't do that. You don't put your fucking hands up.
Hijacking black man. Blue jeans. What do you say? Get on the fucking ground!
Let's down join that, please.
Got a gun! Got a gun!
On April 25th, two officers shot 20-year-old DeAnthony Van Atten in the Mayer parking lot. Officers received a call alerting weapons complaint. The person who called reported a male subject who pulled out a gun out of his car, stuck it in his pocket, and then went into the store. When officers arrive at the scene, they observe a subject in the store who is matching the description given by the caller, and the police body cam shows us what happened next. Stay tuned.
Hey! Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Get him! Get him! Hey! Hey! Running. Black male. Black jacket, black mask, blue jeans. Going westbound.
When cops arrive, they spot the suspect and start chasing him with no success. Moments later, they realize he's got a gun and open fire on him about 4 times.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun. It's fired.
2 shots fired. What do you have?
Hands!
Roll over!
Missing your hands!
Do not shoot him! Come on!
Who is he?
I don't know! Don't shoot! Don't chase him! Shoot him! Put him in my face!
Do you have the subject on at Applebee's?
A woman who witnessed everything and knows the suspect started screaming because they shot her friend 4 times, and she claims that the suspect didn't have a gun, but officers do find the suspect's gun.
We're starting medical right now.
You got it.
You're gonna get
Did you shoot?
No, did he? Continue with.
At last, the suspect was taken to the hospital and spent a week there before being booked into the Ingham County Jail for probation violation through 30th Circuit Court. Nowadays, he's been released from jail and no other injuries were registered at the scene. This now viral video shows how 3 teens find themselves in a chaotic situation while attempting to park a Jeep outside a store. All of a sudden, while trying to park, the Jeep collides with the store's glass counter, shattering it upon impact. As the gravity of the situation dawns on them, one of the passengers exits the vehicle to assess the damage. Meanwhile, a nearby bystander decides to record the scene. When one of the girls realize that they're being filmed, the tension rises and a heated exchange ensues between them and the bystander.
Alright. You're done. You can stop. You can stop. Thank you. I'm just saying, you're good. We understand what we did, and you don't need to record anymore. Thank you. Alright, I just want to make sure you guys aren't stupid. Yeah, we understand what happened. No, I'm just saying. Worry about what you did. Don't worry about what you did. I'm saying. I'm trying to do. You don't have to fucking record it.
The video went viral online, sparking speculation among viewers. Many people stated that the teens may have been under the influence of alcohol and were concerned about potential legal repercussions if they were captured on camera.
Are you drunk? Are you drunk? We understand what happened. Hang on, let me start off. Tell me your story.
The following video captures a chaotic scene in a Home Depot parking lot as a man steals a skid loader and crashes it into a police vehicle.
Oh my God.
Oh, this guy's fucking at it.
The man is seen recklessly driving the loader through the snow, deliberately targeting a police vehicle. In a brazen act of defiance, he rams the loader into the police car, causing significant damage.
Gunshots, back up.
As the situation escalates, law enforcement officers quickly intervene, pulling the man out of the loader and placing him under arrest. Despite the chaos and destruction, the authorities managed to bring the situation under control, ensuring the safety of bystanders and preventing further harm.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, this guy's fucking at it.
The police dash cam captures a thrilling pursuit on the highway in Pleasant Hills. Law enforcement officers are in pursuit of a truck that shows no intention of stopping. Despite the attempts by other vehicles to intervene, the truck manages to evade capture and the pursuit continues. Ignoring the police, the truck navigates through the parking lot, narrowly avoiding collisions with other cars. The pursuit intensifies as the truck enters the highway, scraping its wheels against the curb but pressing on. The chase persists until the truck eventually crashes into the road, bringing the pursuit to a dramatic conclusion. Despite the truck's attempt to flee, the swift actions of the police ultimately lead to its capture, ensuring the safety of the community.
Go in the Waffle House.
On July 13th, the Hateville Police Department received a call alerting a low-speed chase involving a suspect driving a stolen tractor. The suspect was identified as Matthew Fortune and drove the stolen farm equipment through 3 Georgia towns before turning into a Waffle House parking lot and ramming many cars, including a police cruiser. The suspect was later arrested involving resistance and booked on charges by authorities in all 3 towns. The police body cam shows us what happened in the parking lot. Keep watching. Officers arrive at the parking lot and spot the huge tractor and the other destroyed cars.
This one? So, yep.
They enter the Waffle House and bring water to the suspect, who's laying on the ground, and handcuff him.
Is that for me? You got a top. Oh, right there. Is that for me? That's from the glass. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's some dogs. It's for you, man.
Have you ever experienced carjacking? In the dead of the night, this car driver is navigating his vehicle into a dark road. Suddenly, his headlights pierce through the darkness, revealing a suspicious sight, a car positioned recklessly obstructing the path ahead as if lying there waiting. Instinctively sensing danger, the driver's pulse quickens as he recognizes the potential carjacking. With nerves all over his body, he drives through the side, bypassing the vehicle with precision. The tension escalates as soon as the unsettling realization dawns upon him. He had escaped a trap. Such encounters are not uncommon in these isolated highways, where carjackers lie in wait to prey upon unsuspecting travelers. Yet by a stroke of luck or maybe fate's intervention, the driver is safe, not carjacked, and even his dashcam captured the moment.
Hey, how's it going, boss? This your car? You were just looking at it. Is this your car? Do me a favor, turn around for me. Turn around for me. You're being detained. Stop. Stop. You're being detained. Turn around. You can't be looking in cars, bro. People's private cars. You were bent over looking in the car, bro. I got you on camera. Turn around.
You're fine. You're fine. We just watched.
You got an ID on you? Let me see his hand. Put the phone up. Let me see your hand.
The Chicago Police Department arrested a man for looking at cars and falsified charges for this arrest, which were ultimately dropped. Luckily for us, the police body cam captured his moment.
Do you have an ID on you?
I don't answer questions.
Sir, are you refusing to give me your name? Because if you are, I'll just take you in. Do you have a name?
I don't answer questions.
Do you have a name? Okay, let's go. That's fine.
I'm under arrest.
At this point, if you're refusing to give us your name,
okay. 199.
In the footage, the officers arrest a man seemingly for the innocuous act of looking at cars. The unfair nature of this arrest becomes evident as the officers falsify charges, leading to the man's unfair detention.
Let me go,
I did.
Man.
I remember.
There's gonna be consequences.
That's fine.
No, I don't consent to no search. What you doing?
You're under arrest. You're under arrest at this point, sir.
What am I under arrest for?
You're under arrest.
What am I under arrest for?
Obstruction of identity, sir.
That's a secondary.
7857.
First of all, no, you're right. First of all, criminal trespass.
I'm sorry. Criminal trespass.
Criminal trespass of a vehicle. You're right there. Okay, bro.
Criminal trespass of a vehicle.
At this point, it's for a judge.
You look real dumb when you're going here, bro.
I hear you, dog. I hear you.
Despite the baseless accusations, the charges against the man are eventually dropped.
Oh, police station. I'm sorry. You're right.
What am I being charged with?
A 720 charge.
That's a 720 charge. What's up, my man? I like you right here, man.
All right.
589. You let me go there one time, remember?
It was nice, huh? You don't get that from me, though. Come on, big guy.
The parking lot, police lot, looking in the cars.
That's him.
I instructed 561 Charlie, take a minute.
That's Lou on this. That's Lou on this. Yeah.
These incidents highlight the importance of standing up for your rights and the potential abuse of power by law enforcement and the need for accountability to ensure justice for all individuals.
Come on. Criminal trespass to police vehicle. I'm sorry, to a police station, not a vehicle. When
you have the right to do whatever you say you need to do, sue whoever you need to sue, and you take it there. But this is not going to help the process because you're not going to get it on time.
What do you got?
He's got one jumpsuit and a shirt.
He can keep all of them?
This video was captured in a parking lot where a man is parked when all of a sudden a girl begins to bother him. Desperate to document the situation, the man starts recording to have evidence of what's happening. Just then karma strikes and the girl accidentally hits her face against the man's car window while still bothering him. Embarrassed, the girl leaves, realizing that her epic fail had been recorded. It's clearly an instant karma moment. The video is a reminder of the consequences of one's actions. The man's decision to record the encounter not only provided evidence of the harassment, but also captured the karma effect. A customer recorded this parking lot footage that shows a car speeding around in circles at full speed. The video takes a comical turn as the car's reckless maneuvers lead to the driver losing control. With each turn and increasing speed, the driver struggles to maintain control until it crashes into a lamppost. The impact is severe, leaving the car demolished. The absurdity of the situation is evident as the driver's reckless behavior culminates in a terrible crash. Despite the danger, the spectacle is faced with humor and serves as a reminder of the dangers of reckless driving and the consequences that can have. In 2018, a Tulsa police officer got involved in a deadly shooting. The police body cam shows us what happened.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
As we see in the video, officers get out of the car and spot a suspect. The officer asks the suspect to put his hands up, but the suspect keeps moving. As the suspect was being handed something by a driver, the officer goes through the car, but the other suspect doesn't open the door and the officer shoots about 4 times. He also manages to handle the other suspect and manages to keep him lying on the ground.
You stay out here?
No, I'm just dropping him off.
Hey, let me see your hands, partner.
Hey!
What do you got?
Hey!
William 236, hold traffic, shots fired. 8500 East 41st Street, extended stay. Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Shots fired.
A customer of a local parking lot managed to capture the moment on cam in which a driver loses control of his vehicle, sending it into a dizzying spin. Onlookers are shocked and blown away by what they're seeing with their jaws dropped. As the video goes on, the car doesn't stop and damages everything, when suddenly it crashes into a border of the lot and stops for good. You can see in the footage how the car is damaged.
Possible 2 occupants could get in the car. It's brake lights. Sheriff's office, roll down your windows!
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office deputies were patrolling RTD's Lincoln Station parking lot when they spotted a suspicious black Kia with no license plates and the locks punched out. The suspects were identified as 31-year-old David Strain and 29-year-old Clarissa Dawes, who were shot dead by the deputies. The gunfight lasted almost 9 minutes and was captured by the police body cam. Here's what happened. As it's seen in the footage, the officer is requesting the suspects to roll down the windows of the car with no response.
Vehicle starting. Roll down your windows! Do it now! Roll down your windows!
Officers identify themselves and notify that they're moving a lot inside the car. The suspects shoot the officers and they shoot back. Officers continue to ask the suspect to roll down the window, and having no response, they shoot again.
470 Yosemite.
Attention, emergency traffic coming. Emergency traffic coming. Vehicle starting. Copy, vehicle starting. 2047. I'm push on!
Deputies later state that the people inside the car started shooting out of nowhere from both sides of the vehicle.
Roll down your windows! Do it now! Roll down the windows now! Roll down the windows now! Roll it down! Stand by.
6 deputies fired at the Kia, and the 2 people inside were killed. We're the only people inside the car. Many people talk about the existence of aliens. However, the fact hasn't been proven yet, but many people have had experiences that involve aliens and ovnis. This person was at a local parking lot and spotted something disturbing in the sky, so this person decided to film it. The camera is pointing to a light, and all of a sudden a tinier light appears and starts moving through the sky. What do you think about the light? Let me know. During the last few years, many people have chosen bicycles rather than cars because they're way better for the planet and healthier for humans. However, many people that ride bikes don't seem to get along with other vehicles, such as cars on the road. This dashcam footage shows how a car is trying to park in a convenience store's parking lot, and suddenly a bike appears in speed in front of the car and almost gets hit by it. The woman riding the bike doesn't seem to care, but the truth is that the scene could have ended way worse than it seems.
Get the fuck off my property. You know you've been trespassed. You know you're not supposed to be here.
On May 29th, 49-year-old Freddie Nelson was fatally shot 4 times through the windshield by an armed security guard on patrol at Delta Park Center's parking lot. The shooter, identified as 28-year-old Logan Gimbel, was one of the last 3 guards working for the Cornerstone Security Group, a company who did not have a license to carry a gun while on the job.
I told you to leave property! I told you to leave property! You've been trespassed and warned multiple times!
I'm calling the police.
Get the f out the vehicle now! You already tried to hit me once! You move this vehicle again, I will fire! I told you to stop and do not angle the vehicle at me!
Gimbel's security body camera shows what happened during the confrontation. As the video starts, the guard tells Nelson and his wife to get out of the property, which is a parking lot, who both refuse. As they refuse, the guard sprays them through the window and Nelson's wife gets out of the car. Nelson moves the car forward and the guard starts screaming to stop them, stating that if they don't stop, he's going to fire. Nelson moves the vehicle forward and the guard shoots about 4 or 5 times. Nelson's wife gets out of the vehicle again and starts screaming, shocked. The guard had shot them for only moving the car. The desperation is heard through the wife's voice, and you notice how she's screaming or crying because her husband has been shot. It's a truly tragic scene and makes us wonder who's supposed to protect who. His wife calls 911 and notices that her husband is now dead. Another guard comes and says that she's calling authorities and tells the guard not to worry because she witnessed everything.
I told you, he tried to hit me!
Do you think the shooting is justified? Should we trust security guards that are supposed to make us feel safe? Let me know. Sometimes parking lots can be chaotic if there's too many cars. This video shows us how a crowded parking lot doesn't even let other cars leave the parking lot. As you see, the lot is completely crowded and cars are in diagonal and blocking other cars from moving. I hope that the people inside the cars don't get stuck there for too long, because I would definitely lose my mind.
You need to give
Didn't
us
you say?
identification.
Okay.
Was the call taker able to get a last name? She's refusing to identify herself.
It's clear that parking lots keep a lot of disturbing moments. Here's one of them. This woman, Karen, was refusing to wear a mask during the COVID pandemic and officers confronted her.
You need to be here.
No, you
That's
gotta
not what I
identify
said.
yourself.
When you're legally detained, you can play back on your video. When you're legally detained, you have a duty to identify yourself to a police officer.
Okay, so they're saying when I'm legally detained, which I was not, that I have the...
Can you try to run her without a date of birth? White female, approximately 40, 45 years of age.
The lady states that there's a lot of people without a mask and they just point at her. She even makes reference to racism because she's white and the only one that's been confronted by the officers for not wearing the mask.
Okay, so let me
call the police too.
Are you going to let me talk, or are you going to be the only one talking? Because right now, as a call taker, I know you want to have them on there for your safety purposes.
Yes.
But right now, you and I need to be talking, not them.
Says who?
You need to continue having a conversation with me. So, you said that she shoved you. You want to file assault charges. She's saying you shoved her and she has witnesses. You have witnesses to say that she shoved you.
She has the manager?
No.
No, okay.
There are other employees that were in the fitting room.
I would hope, okay, other employees? Well, there's also another woman without a mask. Isn't that interesting how she only picked me?
Well, I have nothing to do with that at all.
She only picked me, the white person, not the black person wearing a mask. Do you think it's a racist thing? I don't know.
We're not here to talk about race.
Well, you know what? It kind of seems like it's a racist thing when the black woman doesn't have a mask on, but she comes after the white one.
The woman tries to leave, but they stop her, and she even tells the officers that they're lying because they know her name. The lady states that she's a Christian woman of God and doesn't stand for this.
Okay? So we both know that I don't. I am a woman of God. This is my right as much as it is yours. This is my land as much as it is yours. I did not sign up for this. I am a Christian woman of God, and you are not going to put your disgusting rules on me that are false and not true. I will not have it. Do you understand that? I will not have it. I'm sick of being bullied. I'm sick of being lied to, and it's not going to happen anymore. Do you understand?
The officers get on their last nerve and end up arresting Karen as she deserved it.